Here we are, another trade week opening with 4/12 Sunday. We are looking at EURUSD on the 5-minute chart, trading our 3x30 style. Price opens up right at a previous daily pop out. I want to mark the closing channel from last week because it got its 50 action up here. So let's mark this channel. So this might have dropped below the 50 to form the trap and is going to continue long. Or we're in the move and it's going to come back up to this channel and go short. But let's see what happens. I think that this looks like a trap move to the long because it is the Sunday open. Okay, so this is Sunday afternoon before Asia opens. And right here, we already have our pop out low. Beautiful. And then we have a divergent rest of the day, meaning that price kept getting lower, but here on the TDI, it's getting higher, telling me that price is already going upwards. And look at that, already took off, confirming that this is a divergent low and that price was starting to close upwards. Then we have our second 50 channel, the one for the session. That looks great. And let's wait for our prime window for the entry. So this paints a beautiful W or beautiful M, of course. This might trap some people into going short, but price stays above the 50 this entire time and does not drop down. So I'm going to be looking for longs on this one. I'm looking for a W entry, green, red cross high. So prime window is open. And there is the trap move low where it dips below the 50, comes back up to it. And there is one leg W. I'm going to wait for one more leg W. And it's a smart thing that I did. Okay. So there is a trap move high. And I still haven't seen my W. Good. Drops low. There it is. There's my green red cross entry right there. So the long position is going to go in on this green red cross. So somewhere right in there. Okay, and please note that we are at the daily pop out here. So see how price came right down, even painted us a doji right here at the daily pop out low, confirming that that is our trade long. Okay, man, very nice, very nice. So let's mark, I didn't get a chance to mark that this was divergent. Okay, there is our W and there is our trade. Let's see how this one plays out. And excellent takes off. Man, and it waits you out too. Here we go, London open, and there you are in profit. That was a very simple day, actually. So we opened low for the trap move, had a little bit of a divergent low, kind of confirmed for us that that was indeed the low, came back up, messed with the 50. We got a beautiful W formation here right inside of our prime window. And it stayed above this daily pop out here. And let's go ahead and extend this channel just like that. And stayed on top of our channel as well. You know, even just right here, it just broke briefly, but you could even call this your W formation for the day. But either way, this was a beautiful, beautiful, very easy setup. To take your picture, this is the perfect trade day for Sunday, 4/12. Save it to your trade log. See you tomorrow. Welcome back to another amazing, beautiful trade day. We are at Monday, April 13. At market open before Asia, after New York close here. This is this line here, and before Asia opens. Now, price is not engaging with the 50 like I like to see, but I'm going to go ahead and mark off this channel anyways, even though it's not a 50 channel. A 50 channel meaning I want to see price engaging with this 50 EMA here, and it's just not doing it. It is staying above it, telling me that we are looking for a continuation long, okay? Now, it might drop below the 50, and honestly, I need to see that in order to take the trade according to a 3x30. But I do have this very nice channel right here, and there we are. It has engaged with the 50, drops below it. Perfect. Entering trap move for the day. Excellent. So that is my first leg W that I'm looking for. Now I'm just waiting for the prime window to open. I am confirmed for the day for a long. So all I'm waiting for right now is second leg W. So I'm going to want it to come back below the 50 and do something down here. And there we go. And pause. Okay. So right here, we have our first leg W, goes up, paints these M's at the vertex, crosses over the 50, comes back below the 50. And you can take an entry right here, but I want to wait for this to come up and make a second cross high, just as verification. And it might not even, oh, there it goes. Oh, and it's a good thing I waited because, man, it did hit. So there's my second green-red cross. So that is my W right there that I was looking for. So it's a good thing I waited because I did get a better entry as it did go a little bit lower. Green-red cross right here. So my long position is going to go in right there. Perfect. 300, 30 pips. Take profit, 15 pip stop loss. That is the trade for the day. All right, let's see how this one plays out. And man, it takes off right away. You're already in profit within the hour even. So that was a very, very easy trade day. This is a continuation trade, okay? So let's put it up on the board here. See if we can mark a few more landmarks that we might have been looking for that I didn't say as we were going through it. You got a very small pop out here showing that this was the end of this move, also forming the low. All right, that move right there on that pop out told me that that was the low for this session. Okay, went up, painted your M, that's your vertex, over the 50, came back under the 50, beautiful W, beautiful entry. This one was very easy just on structure. We didn't even need any of the TDI landmarks that we usually use. We could just use the shape of the price here. Okay, excellent, easy day. Good screenshot. This is your perfect entry for Monday, 4/13, continuation trade long. Happy trading, and I'll see you tomorrow. If you like our style of trading, you can always follow along right here as I walk through breakdowns as much as I can make these videos. But ultimately, every single trade will be broken down inside the Trade Tribe HQ. And also, I do a weekly trade breakdown to set up your charts for the next week on our YouTube. All links are in my bio. Trade day, Tuesday, April 14. Let's look at what happens. So we open up with price already engaging with the 50. Beautiful. That makes a beautiful 50 channel here. Now I am either going to be looking longs to continue this trend. This might be a pullback to the 50 before continuing. And so the only thing that I want to know now is if this does pull back, how far is it going to go? So I don't really have any pop outs to speak of here. There's no support and resistance that I can see or that I've marked. I'm going to mark yesterday's closing low, which is right there. And we'll use that as a support and resistance piece because I'm not super confirmed yet. All right, there we go. Now this is confirmation that I am looking for longs because these are really fast with no closeouts telling me this is a trap low. Okay, we did get our pop out here, but no real divergence. So, okay, there we are inside of our prime window. So I am going to be looking for W's because I see my W here at the low at the TDI 30. And then it goes up to the 50, paints these M's. Don't trust the first move. So that was the first move, trap high. It might dip below this 50 again, which is what I'm waiting for. Okay. So I'm going to pause here. So a beginner would think that this is an M. It is an M. It looks like an M, but this is a trap M. This does not look like a real formation of an M. Don't fall for this. This is two fake M's, two traps to get you to enter short. And so this also tells me I am confirmed for entering longs. Okay, do not fall for this. So in our prime window, I'm looking for a long. I see my first leg W there. So as soon as I get this green to cross over, it missed it. So we're outside of my prime window. It missed the second cross, which means it might come back. But I'm outside of my prime window. I don't really trade outside my prime window because I like to go live my life. So the way we have set up our trades is that we leave a big enough stop loss to allow for another 15 pip move short and to still have our trade safe. So I don't like to stay up all night. So I would go ahead and put my trade there and just rely on my stop loss to keep me safe. I do believe that this is the low here anyways, over where this pop out was, just like that. And so it might come down here before it continues up. And if it does, I mean, I expect that. But if it goes below here, then obviously I get stopped out and I miss the trade for tonight. Not a big deal. Let's see what happens. Still not taken off. I would like it to see this be over this 50 by now, but heck, I'm sleeping right now, so I don't have to stay in for all of this nonsense. And you see it did break the low, but it broke it with a pin. So I am confirmed that this trade is long, even though I'm sleeping right now. I'm not even watching all this. Whew, what a stressful day to be in. And came so close to the stop loss. Let's see, is it going to hit one more time? And it's just playing with that low. This is why we follow our rules, because this would have been really hard to trade. Really hard. So this is why we follow our rules. We take our trades when we're supposed to. We stick to the rules, okay? This whole thing would have messed with your emotions and you probably would have jumped in short, especially after seeing this M. But this trade is long. This is all trap. Man, what a day. Is this ever going to take off? Oh my gosh. And again, yeah, this would have been emotional damage. And it pulls it back again. This thing is just not being nice. It's not getting that clean, just getting away from it. Okay, but we have broken finally above this channel. So you should be breathing a little bit clearer now if you hopped in this trade. And then it just sits there and consolidates. Yucky. So you could put another channel right in here. Okay, there's a big old consolidation channel right there. And then it did another trap down back into a channel. Oh, because it's a whole number. See, at 118, this is the 118 channel. Okay, whole numbers. So when price hits these whole numbers, it does tend to spend a little bit more time. So there's just a bunch of orders here. Okay, a bunch of people are doing transactions at this 1.18 price level. This one might not hit today. All right, let's go ahead and stop. So that is end of the trade day for that day, and we did not get a full 30 pips. So how much did this one go? Let's see, if we entered here, only 7. Well, by the time you would have looked at this again, setting up for the next trade day, it would have only gone about 15 pips. I would have taken a scratch on this one, and I would have gotten out here at about, 15 pips or so. Now, it might go to 30 in the next setup, but I'm not waiting for that to happen. This is one of those days where if your trade does not go your 30 before the end of the day or before the New York reversal, take what you got and get out. Don't be greedy, okay? Take your scratch at plus 15. This was not an easy trade day at all. But as always, we do log our trades. So I'll put this back up to 30 where it should have been. There we go. Take your snapshot for Tuesday, 4/14. This was a scratch day, okay? This would have been a fake M into the channel, and this would have been a scratch day for us. And there was a way to trade this. However, the trade came in the London session. So if you were to stay up, you would have taken this trade at this green red cross right here at the low. Okay, and you would have made your 30 pips. But that would have required you to stay up all night as the trade came in my time at about 2 o'clock in the morning. So I just don't trade outside of my trade window. So that's okay. This one would have been a scratch. But if you would have stayed up until New York and traded this New York, you could have gotten your trade. But that's not the 3x30 rules. Okay, we trade inside of this prime window because you don't want to be at your computer all day. All right, it's easier just to take a scratch and have a life than sit at your computer all day and waste your life at your computer. Nobody wants that. That is not why we come into trading. We want financial and time freedom, okay? So be happy with your scratch, and that's it for today. Remember, losing is built into the numbers, but in this case, you didn't lose. You just took half the profit. It's still not a bad day. You protected your account, and you live to trade another day. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome back. We are looking at trade day Wednesday, 4/15. Now, yesterday, we ended in all of this consolidation with this little pin high. So I think I'm looking for shorts today, but that pin high didn't pop out. So I'm expecting it might go high one more time before going short. So yesterday, this ended on a high as it dropped down into the channel. I'm just going to widen this channel here because it did kind of play around with the 50 in this whole area. So I just want to mark off this whole channel. All right, as it comes back into the channel, retests it, and it rejects it. So I'm still looking for a pop out high. That is a little one. You could have taken this one short. I think that's a trap. And yep, there we go. And look, now we get our legitimate move high. There we go. That's what I want. There's the trap above yesterday's high. So the trap above previous day's high is exactly what we're waiting for. All right, so let's call this our pop out right there. All right, so here we have the trap above yesterday's high, okay? And then I want to mark off in this session where price went around the 50, because that's going to be my support and resistance channel for this session right there. All right, here we are in the prime window, and I am looking for some version of an M green red cross right there. I go. Okay, so right there, I know whenever I pause, it prints another 2 candles, but right there's your green red cross. Now we are still above the channel. You could have waited until it broke the channel, but the short entry would have been at this green red cross on that candle. Okay. So let's put in our profit level as 30 pips, stop loss level at 15 pips. Okay, that is our entry for the day. We know we are looking for shorts again because we have this trap above previous day high. All right, now we still have all of this to get through. Okay, we got to get through these channels, so it might bounce around, but we have our traps high. So I am confirmed. I can go ahead and set this and go to bed. And if I lose, that's okay. Losing is built into the numbers. If you would have stayed up and watched it, this is what you would have seen. So it comes back up into that channel, rejects it, perfect. If you weren't confirmed before, you should be now. The whole time price stays below the 50. So you can just let this thing walk down. And you should be in profit right about now. And there you go. Finally, you took profit. That one, that's a trap high fade. Trap high fade. There you go. Take a snapshot. This is your most perfect entry for Wednesday, 4/15. Happy trading. See you tomorrow. If you like our style of trading, consider joining the Trade Tribe HQ, where we learn how to trade like this every single day. We learn a very simple 3x30 trading style where we aim for 30 pips a trade, 3 days a week, compounding accounts. And that is enough to give you confidence in learning how to trade the market. And if you really like this stuff, we do go deeper into dealer cycle trading, and we get a little more specific. But it is great for beginners. Check out all the links in my bio, and I hope to see you there. Welcome back. We are looking at trade day Thursday, 4/16. And at the open, we are already messing with the 50, but we're staying above it. And how did we close yesterday to get some hints for today? Let's see. Yesterday was a short move, and it looks like it did come all the way to completion before coming up and going back into the 50. I'm thinking this is going to be a continuation short, but it is also setting up for Friday. We can usually expect traps to happen on Friday, so let's be careful and only trade what we see. So I have my first pop out low here. I'm looking at TDI here, pop out. All right, let's go ahead and drag out our 50 channel. Okay, so I'm thinking that this is the trap to the move and that we are looking for longs. So you see how in TDI, there's a pop out followed by this area where price kept getting lower, but TDI is staying flat or even going up a little bit. That tells me that price is actually closing higher already. So it's already starting to pull up, confirming longs for me. So at this point, I'm just waiting for a W to enter, and I'm waiting for my trade window to start. I think I technically could have entered somewhere in here, but wait for the trade window, okay? I do not trade inside it or outside of this prime trading window, which is opening right now. And we are opening above the channel. I do have another little channel right here where price did interact with the 50, which I'm always interested in. I'm going to tighten this one up. I'm going to mark my low here the session low, which is right there. And I see where price is going to come back down. And if this low holds, which it did right there, so there is my green red cross, okay, after the push down. So that is my entry right there. Excellent. Excellent. This is one where patience would have paid off. Okay. If you tried to enter in here, your trade might have been safe. Let's see. Yeah, it's only 9 pips. So if you were early and entered in here, you would have only gone into your drawdown about 9 pips, but you wouldn't have been stopped out. But the best entry was to wait for it to come all the way back down, either to that blue band or even below it as it happened here. So let's put the trade in. Profit level is at 30 pips. Stop level is at 15 pips. There we go. And let's see how this one would have played out. Now, granted, I place these and then I go to bed. I do not stay up and watch them. But what would have happened? And it is off. Confirmed 50 is going up, just showing us that this trade is moving and you are in profit. Excellent job. All right, this was pretty easy. I don't know. Was this one easy? Let's just make this one channel to clarify our picture here, just like that. All right, there it is. This is your most perfect entry for Thursday, 4/16. Take a screenshot and save it to your trade log. Happy trading. Hope you had a great week. We did have a really rough week this week. There were a couple of traps. If you do want to see the whole week played out, consider going on to my YouTube channel where we do break down the entire week and also set up your chart for the next week coming up. All right, happy trading.